You might have heard about many different ways of living life. I'm going to tell you two of them. Nowadays, most of the people are trying to follow these two. Some are trying to follow this, some are trying to follow exactly the opposite. You would have heard YOLO. Have you heard YOLO? No. I'm not talking about YOLO. I'm talking about YOLO. Y-O-L-O. YOLO. You might have heard the song as well by Image G. There is another term which is much similar in sound. That is YOLO. Y-O-D. Both of them represent two different ways of living life. YOLO stands for you only live once, whereas YOLO stands for you only die once. These are exactly opposite to one another, to each other. YOLO means you only live once. YOLO means you only die once. Though bringing out such a beautiful ways of living life is always a better thing, and it is always advantageous for all of us because we can have another way of living a beautiful life. But most of the time it turns out to be just like a knife, a sharp knife. Use it properly and it facilitates, makes your life very easier and beautiful many times. But if you use it in a wrong way, a destructive way, it, as a term destructive, it just destroys even to the one who is holding it. So these ways of life can be from both ways. How you use it depends on that. Don't you think? What do you think about YOLO or YOLO? Which one would you prefer? Let's discuss them in detail. YOLO means you only live once. How beautiful. If you come to know and if you accept that you only live once, then what you are going to do? You do all those things you might not have done or might not have planned to do. Because who knows, the next moment will be the last moment. And if next moment could be last moment, why not do everything right now? At least those things which are most beautiful, which enriches your life, which empowers you, which makes you most joyful. There are people who take it very positively and start using this way of living life to enrich them. Not just in terms of money, but in terms of the experiences, very beautiful experiences. People who planned to learn certain things, the next year they learn it right now. There are many people who procrastinate of going to somewhere. They want to go some place, visit some place, enjoy the beauty there, scenery there, or have the experience of being there. But they just keep procrastinating, they just keep postponing their visit. But if they start following this YOLO, they would prepone it. They would experience it at the earliest, facilitating the joy in the lives of all those people around them, including themselves. So YOLO can prepone your happiness. YOLO can increase the joys in your life. There are many people who are making the best use of this way of living life. Because when you follow this particular principle of living life, you only live once, YOLO, then what happens? You don't have worries. You don't have stress. You don't have tension. That itself means you have very less unnecessary thoughts, resulting in most healthy life. The people who follow the YOLO principle are said to be the people with least possible stress, least possible diseases, and most healthy people. Wouldn't you like to live such a life, most healthy, without stress, without tension, and always happy, always joyful, because you get to do everything the way you want it to. You can do anything that you want, whatever you wish. But wait, remember, it can be done if you do it constructively. When you do any action, you should not forget one thing. YOLO doesn't guarantee or YOLO doesn't give you the permission to forget the consequences of your action. Whatever action you take, only because you live only once, doesn't permit you to do anything. What does that mean? It means you must remember that there are the consequences of every action. So if you are following YOLO principle, since such principles are to beautify the life, that itself means you should not enter into such actions which consequences into something wrong. If the consequences of if such actions are going to destroy your life or bring dangers in your life, troubles in your life, it itself means that you should not follow such a thing. Let me tell you, there are many people who start drinking in the name of YOLO. You only live once, then why not smoke? Why not drink? Why not go there? Why not do this? So, what I'm saying, remember, you can do anything provided you are ready for the consequences. Because YOLO is not going to permit you to forget the consequences. Consequences of every action follows. Remember. And hence it is just like a knife. Used properly, it facilitates your life. It makes your life most beautiful. And if you use it the wrong way, it destroys your life as well. YOLO is just like that. If you decide to be joyful always, YOLO can definitely help you. But if you forget the consequences, like there was a person, as I had read in some newspaper, he was following the YOLO principle, and what he did, he drove his car with the maximum speed, nearly 195 or 200 something, with eyes closed, forgetting that there are consequences. He lost the control and died in the accident. It's not only that. There are so many mindless and crazy things people are doing in the name of YOLO, and that is what the problematic thing. That doesn't mean that the YOLO is a bad thing. YOLO is a very beautiful thing. It's like a knife. Used properly, make the life most beautiful. So, this is the YOLO principle. Exactly opposite is the another principle called as YOLO. You only die once, and hence live very cautiously. Don't do this, otherwise your death will be there. Don't do that, otherwise your death will be there. So if you want to live extra cautiously, it is YOLO for you. And if you want to live merrily, it is YOLO for you. But with some riders, remember, you must be always ready for the consequences of that every action that you are going to take in the name of YOLO. And hence, YOLO can be very much beautiful if you are ready for the consequences. You must have found that there are many people who have crushed their desires. They have suppressed their every feeling. But YOLO guarantees them. They help them to be more creative. They help to be more active and live the life very beautifully, resulting in the beauty in the lives of all those people around them. YOLO is really very beautiful. It removes the fear. It removes the hesitation. It removes the shyness from the person. Because when somebody realizes that it is the life which is going to be lived only for a moment, why not do it without fear, without hesitation? Life could be very beautiful. So, YOLO can give them a fresh air to live a beautiful life from a suppressed life. But you should not enter the crazy or mindless things. Don't take the wider risk. Don't enter into the bizarre actions in the name of YOLO. See what happens. Life becomes beautiful. So, YOLO Zindabad.